Now today I'm going to be teaching you an extremely cool teleportation card trick that I came up with myself. Now it's going to be a super cool day because we're also collaborating with MLT Magic Tricks, who has almost 400,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to him and you're one of those people who has been living under a rock, I'll leave his channel link in the description because he's doing a performance of this effect. I'm doing the tutorial. So check out his performance, I'll do the tutorial, and let's get into this right now. So subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notified, and let's get into it right now. Now what you will need for this trick is a duplicate card. So for this I'm going to be using 2 3s, the 3 of clubs to be exact. So if you want a deck that can have duplicate cards like this, Slow Hands is a great one, and it's 10% off in the description below, right below the like button, so you guys can check that out. Hopefully I can save you some money while you're at it. So you have your duplicate cards right here. One of them you're just going to set on the top of the deck, and you can just set this off to the side, and you're going to set the other one in the box. You're going to have this face down like this. That way when you flip the box over, it will then be face down, and you are all set. You can just set this off to the side and make sure it's in view. If you want to, you can have this lost in the deck, and it's actually okay, and I'll show you why that is in a second. So let's say it is lost and the spectator shuffles up the deck. That is okay. Doesn't matter if they give it cuts or they're a really fancy spectator and decide to try to throw in some cardistry. They can do whatever they want to. Now, you're going to go through and show them that the deck is completely random, and you're just going to be looking for that 3 of clubs, and you're going to cull it like this down to the bottom of the deck. So once it's on, then the top of the deck, you will be all set up. And I do have a tutorial for the cull, which I'll leave in the description below if you guys do not know this move already. If you guys do not want to do the cull, you can just have it set on top, do some different false cuts, and there's so many that you can do when you're trying to perform. For a spectator, you can do false cuts, false shuffles. There are tons of them that can be learned. So at the end of the day, you've done your false cuts, false shuffles, or done the cull, and the 3 of clubs is left on the top of the deck. And I'll leave some false cuts and false shuffles in the description below as well, so if you guys want to learn them, you can do that. So your 3 of clubs is on top. Now, to the spectator, the only thing that's happened is the deck has been mixed up, and they know that the deck is in a completely random order. To you, you know there's 1 card here and 1 card in there. So the great thing about this is now you can do a really fun move that I came up with, is you're going to pick up the box and show them that the box is empty without opening the box just by shaking it. Now we both know that there's a card in there, but what you can do is like this, and it sounds like there's nothing in there. Now all that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be squeezing in on these 2 sides at the bottom of the box. So I'm going to be squeezing here. If I were to squeeze up top, you're going to hear a lot more rattling. If you squeeze at the bottom, you hear absolutely nothing. So you're just going to squeeze at the bottom, make a joke if you want to about ASMR or anything that you feel like it, and then you can set the box back down, showing that the box is now empty. Now at this point, what I like to do is I do this thing called a cross-cut force. So I let the spectator take the deck, cut it anywhere they want to, they set it down, and cut it there. Now at this point, this is a time misdirection force. Now what is a time misdirection force? You have to make them forget that they ever cut the deck. Where they cut the deck, absolutely everything. Now coming from a psychology major, I have a lot of fun tricks with this. So what I usually do is I crack a joke. I go over what has happened. So I'll start with, first you shuffled up the deck, then we went through and made sure it was fully shuffled. Then I showed you that the box was empty. Let me show you again. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to give it another shake. Now the deck is empty, it's all shuffled, and you cut it wherever you want to. Now without missing a beat, you've cut it wherever you want to. I'm just going to pick up here, grab the card, and set it right back on top. Now what they don't know is that was the top card. They believe that since it was marked right where they cut it, you can't do any sleight of hand with that. There's nothing that you can do. This is how the cross-cut force works. So the deck was cut, you set it here, time misdirection, you pick up the deck, set it down, and boom. as if you would normally do it, as if they normally cut the deck. So if it was here, you would just normally grab the card and just grab it and set it down. Why would you do anything different now, right? So we're just going to take the 3 of clubs here, and we're going to do it like it was live. So they gave the deck a cut, and we're going to have them set it on like a plus sign. Let the spectator do it. Put it in their hands. It's a great way for the spectator to feel like you're not doing any of the work. It's more magical this way. You then get rid of it, flip over the 3 of clubs, and you can even let it face down, face up. It doesn't matter if you know what the card is. Because at this point, what I like to do is I set it on top, or I bury it in the middle, and I show them where it's at. I will show them that it's right here. I'll even flip it up like this. Now, at this point, you can do any control that you want to control it to the top of the deck. So if you want to do some type of turnover pass, if you want to do a normal control, feel free to do any control that you want to. Again, I'll leave a bunch of controls below so you can check those out. So do any control that you want to the top of the deck, and they will then think that the card is somehow now lost. You can do a fake shuffle once it's at the top, once again, to simply retain it, and you're all set. So now that this is here, what you're going to do is you're going to either palm it off or lap it. So palming it off is just coming over here, taking it here like this, and putting it in your pocket. That way you have it for later, and there's so many things you can do with that. Plus then you will have the 3 of clubs from the box in a second, and you'll have a full deck again. Now, if you do not want to palm it off, you can lap it. So as you're talking, I usually talk with my hands anyways, I'm just going to push this off and drop this onto my lap. And then you will no longer have to worry about the 3 of clubs. Now, if you're doing it in a more of a street setting, which is kind of hard because of COVID right now, but if you are doing it in more of a street setting, I would probably palm it off and just put it in my pocket, simply because there is no table to lap it down from. So I would definitely palm it off in a situation where you don't have that, or a place where it wouldn't be visible. So you've now palmed the card off. It is now gone and in your pocket. So now right here you have 51 cards. You can even let them look through it, which is something fun that I like to do. So I'd say name any number between 1 and 52. They'll say they named 12. So I'll count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That was not their card, but they haven't seen their card either. So I'll say, give me a number somewhere in between the next two. So let's say they say 30. So we go 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and we go all the way to 30, and they will have not seen their card. So I'll just, at that point, just lay down the rest. So I'll just go through, and at that point, they will have seen all of the cards. I will not be counting after the second time, because or else they will realize it was only 51. But now that we've gone through all of them, they have realized that their card is not in here. And I'm just going to shake this one more time, and I'm just going to go like this. And they'll realize there's a card in here. When they realize that, I'm just going to let them open it up. They take it from here, and when they pull it out, they're going to see it's face down, which does build a little bit more of anticipation. And then you flick open their card, and it is their 3 of clubs. And at this point, the box is empty, the other 3 of clubs is gone, and you have a full deck in your hands to be able to keep on performing. Now you have a 3 of clubs in your back pocket for any other card trick routine that you want to do, like a card to pocket, which is also really fun. But we're not going to get into that right now. So if you guys would not mind, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll catch you guys later. This is Card Perfect, signing off.